Laquifa, Wadley, and I want to know if buying real estate in the up-and-coming Southeast Atlanta is a good investment.
Hey y'all, welcome back. My name's Shawn.
And I'm Kyle.
And welcome to our new studios where we're here to unlock another mystery of real estate.
And don't forget, not only are we doing all these videos to provide a little entertainment and value for you.
Nope, we're doing it to provide entertainment and value for us too. We're active agents in the Atlanta market and we want you to hire us. We want you to trust us to find you an agent anywhere in these United States. And finally,
we want you to love us.
Please do. And if you do, hit love, subscribe, share, comment, tell your friends.
That's right.
That's right.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Well, this week's question came to us from Shangela Laquifa Wadley, who wants to know if buying real estate in the up-and-coming Southeast Atlanta is a good investment.
Now, Shangela, that's a queen with potential.
Mm-hmm.
And so is Southeast Atlanta. If you're watching our channel, you saw last week where we talked about multi-billion-dollar corporations using fancy algorithms to scour the U.S. market to find neighborhoods just like Southeast Atlanta that are great investments. Well, small investors have been investing in this neighborhood for decades, and you don't need to have a fancy algorithm that tells you this was a good investment. Unfortunately, these small investors took a big hit in 2008 with the crash of the housing market, and many of them went into foreclosure. By the end of that year, 24% of those houses sat vacant and subsequently were pillaged for anything of value. Kyle, back then, you could buy a house in that neighborhood for $9,000.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, over the years, real estate prices and taxes have generally been lower in these areas, and as Shawn mentioned before, most of the houses were in disrepair. These abandoned neighborhoods in Southeast Atlanta have essentially become food deserts with no grocery stores and very little to no practical retail, which has led to an increase in crime rates, lower densities, condemned houses, and vacant lots that investors have been sitting on for years just waiting for their payday.
Yeah, it's important to note with all of that said that people that are living in these neighborhoods are what we call in the real estate investment game urban pioneers. They, despite all the things that Kyle mentioned are wrong with the neighborhood, decide to live there anyway. It's also important to note that this used to be a thriving neighborhood when that was workforce housing for the General Motors assembly plant that's now closed, and also the beautiful United States Penitentiary.
And what a difference that 12 years and the Atlanta Beltline can make. You know, the average price of homes in Southeast Atlanta neighborhoods that are close to the Beltline have reached $369,000.
Damn!
Big difference from $9,000.
Yeah, that's why I said shoulda, woulda, coulda.
I mean, in general, Atlanta has seen a huge increase in prices all over the city, and of course, at one point you could buy a house for $9,000. It was likely that it was already in disrepair or condemned or really close to it. And at $369,000, you better believe that you can actually buy a new construction home or a fully renovated home in some of the Southeast Atlanta neighborhoods. And yeah, that's considered affordable housing in Atlanta. And it's probably going to be one of the best prices that you're going to be able to find for a single family home inside the perimeter, as well as one of the best potential returns on investment.
Yeah, and what makes it such a good short-term return on investment? I would say probably the Beltline. The Beltline runs directly through these communities of Benteen Park, Chosewood Park, and Boulevard Heights. And along with that comes some really exciting planned developments like the light rail that's planned to run adjacent to the Beltline, all the way from these Southeast neighborhoods to the west side. There's also major art installations that are going in, and improvement and expansion of parks and wildlife areas, and all of that's happening right now.
Well, speaking of happening now, there's several mixed-use retail development projects that are in the works that are close to the Beltline, such as 680 Hamilton, which will feature 7,000 square feet of retail space with 275 residences. There's also the Skylark, which is apartments with 10,000 square feet of retail below it, and adjacent to that, they're building an additional 6,000 square feet of retail spaces.
Wow.
This has home builders snatching up land like crazy so they can increase density by creating several large-scale townhome and rental projects, many of which are already in the works. And some of the very lucky few will have a beautiful view of the penitentiary.
Oh yeah. Well, yesterday when we were doing research, there was a developer that said his townhomes boast views of the penitentiary. I mean, it is beautiful, but really? Kyle was mentioning the things that are in the works, but I think it's also important to note the things that have been completed already, like the Beacon, which is the Krog Street Market of Grant Park. Adjacent to that is Eventide Brewery. You've got Madison Yards, the Gateway at Grant Park. All of that, plus what Kyle mentioned, and the Beltline and Atlanta's horrible traffic add up to soaring home prices, which makes it really difficult to find a home inside the perimeter for under $500,000.
$1.5 million.
Yeah, bury that.
Well, and one notable example of investment growth in Southeast Atlanta is Grant Park. Once defunct and derelict, it has since seen its resurgence and is just a stone's throw away from Chosewood Park and Boulevard Heights. And its median home price is now $532,000 and continuing to rise. I also wanted to mention that my community of Boulevard Heights, once known as a prominent landfill, has seen an increase in property values of over $100,000 in less than 4 years.
Yeah, what a great real estate investment decision you made, Kyle. And Shanji, you can do the same, and so can y'all who are watching, but the time to act is now, not when these projects we just mentioned are completed. But don't get me wrong, $369,000 is not going to get you a bougie neighborhood in Atlanta. It's going to get you a neighborhood with potential. But Southeast Atlanta is a neighborhood we feel like is worth the gamble.
And now that you know about why buying real estate in the up-and-coming Southeast Atlanta is a good investment, be sure to tune into us next week when we talk about things to consider when buying a condominium.
Tune into us every Wednesday in our new studio as we unlock another mystery of real estate.
And don't forget, not only are we the sunrise and sunset of real estate,
I'm always going to be the sunset.
I think I'm sunset too.
You definitely are. You're not a morning person.
Well, regardless, we want to be your dream team.
Did you say irregardless?
I said regardless.
Well, irregardless, your dream, this team. We specialize in single-family homes and TLC, this Townhomes, Lofts, and Condos.
And as always, tender love and care.
Oh. Thanks for watching our videos. If you want to buy or sell real estate in the in-town Atlanta market, we want to be your trusted advisors. And if you live anywhere else in the United States and want to be connected to a full-time licensed real estate professional in your area, we can help with that too, and at no cost to you. Kyle, I'm a poet, didn't know it. Anyway, connect with us on our website at yourrealestatedetectives.com.
In fact, be sure to follow us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, at The Real Estate Detectives. And finally, we want you to like us.
Like us!
So if you found value in these videos, make sure to like, subscribe, share with a friend.
That's right!
Hey, y'all.
Hey!
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.